Hi everybody, it's with a heavy heart that I have to announce that very soon I'm going to be leaving Japan Guide, unfortunately, and moving on to pastures new in Hong Kong. So as my way of saying goodbye, I'm going to answer a few questions as part of a debrief interview.
Let's get some background first. For starters, how long have you been in Japan? And what first sparked your interest to visit?
Wow. I've been in Japan for 7.5 years. First lived in Osaka and then moved to Gunma. Honestly, what sparked my interest to come to Japan, I admittedly was not a Japanophile. I didn't really know all that much about manga, or I don't think I'd ever eaten sushi before coming to Japan. I just wanted adventure, and looking at Japan and realizing how safe and clean it was, but yet how different to England. I mean, it was a good bet, so I came and I thoroughly enjoyed my time here.
Can you describe a typical day in the life of Sam Evans?
Wow, okay, so I roll out of bed. If I'm not traveling, I will come into the office and I will go through the photos that I've been taking on the trips. I like to drink a lot of coffee in the morning. Not really a morning person. Yeah, that's it. I go for a run after work and enjoy the beautiful scenery that can be seen around sunset here in Gunma.
There are a few comments on our videos like, Japan Guide writers have the best job ever. Has that been your experience?
Yeah, it's a dream job. It really is. There are definitely some things that people don't see. There's a lot of hard work that goes into the videos. But generally, you know, I mean, what's there not to love about it? We get to travel around the country, eat amazing food, stay in amazing places, and just have these fantastic experiences, and it's part of our work.
Of all the staff at JapanGuide.com, you have been in the most videos. Do people recognize you on the streets often here in Japan?
I've never been recognized, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know how I feel about that. Probably a bit of both. But yeah, as of yet, I've never been recognized. I've been thinking actually of next time I go down to Tokyo, wear a big Japan Guide Sam Evans t-shirt so people might start coming up to me.
If someone were to recognize you, would you want them to come up and say hello, or just admire from a distance?
Definitely come up. I like to think of myself as a people person, so come up and we can take a photo, and I'd only charge you 2,000 yen.
In 20 years, looking back on your time at JapanGuide.com, what do you expect will be some of your favorite videos to have been part of?
One that I'm sure will live forever in my memory is the Kyushu video that we did, where we, watched the video, but we drove from Oita to Kumamoto, and we had a road trip. It was an absolutely brilliant time. Stayed in some nice places, bathed in some nice hot springs, ate some great food, and it was just a perfect little experience. And then another one, which again is from this year, 2019, was the Nagoya, the Kisoji one. The middle of winter, really, really cold, but just beautiful, unbelievably beautiful landscapes that we were walking through. And again, we stayed in some really nice accommodation, did some really interesting stuff, ate some delicious food, and as well, I like to think that the video turned out pretty good for that one too.
Could you briefly describe the process of making a video from beginning to end?
Yeah, making a Japan Guide travel video, there's a lot that goes into it. We have to kind of visualize what the video is going to look like, and kind of come up with an idea of an itinerary where we want to go, and then following that we have to get permission and get in contact with a lot of these places, if not all of them, to make sure that we're allowed to film there. We have to organize schedules, have to organize where and when we're going to meet people, where we're going to eat, where we're going to stay. There's a lot of organization that goes into it. And then of course we actually go on the trip, we travel around, and that's the part that you guys at home get to see. And then when we get back to the office, the videographers and editors go through the footage and piece it together piece by piece. We finally lay over the voiceovers in the booth that we have here in the office cum studio, and then it's a wrap, as they say.
You seem to have developed a following of people who comment about the times you're seen eating in videos. Since this might be the last time, here's a small snack. Could you have some and react to the experience?
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, guys. Itadakimasu. It's so good. It's sweet, creamy. Got a real green tea flavor about it. That's delicious.
Can you explain what went through your mind as you did that?
The early videos. I remember we went to Kakegawa in Shizuoka, and it was the first time I think I'd had a tasting shot. And I think on that shot, I just unbelievably pulled my face. There was just like this camera in front of me. I get the stick and I go.
So when you eat food on camera, how is that different than eating food by yourself?
I think, yeah, when you're eating on your own, you got nothing to worry about, apart from if the food's not delicious. When you're on camera, there is a part of your brain that's, thinking about what kind of reaction should I give to this. And I've found that over the course of filming, the best thing to do is to just let it be natural and just relax and try and pretend the camera isn't there and give the most organic, natural reaction you can get. And that's probably why you probably have about 3 stock reactions from Sam Evans. We've got the and maybe one other.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah, the thumbs up.
During your time at JapanGuide.com, you've had to wear a lot of outfits on camera. Which has been your favorite?
Okay, yeah, that's easy. Best one was when we shot the Narita side trip video and I wore the kimono, walking around the streets. Real nice kimono, felt powerful. That was badass, I liked that.
Let's watch a short clip from one of your videos.
Thank you. Shall I watch that now?
Yeah.
7-day tour from Tokyo to Kyoto. And what better way to end a trip like this than at Kyoto's fantastic Fushimi Inari Shrine? Yes.
And that concludes our...
Remember it very well.
In that clip, you appear calm, collected, and as if you enjoyed a pleasant stroll through the thousands of red gates at Fushimi Inari. Is that accurate? And can you tell us some background info for that sequence?
That one I believe we had 35 minutes after arriving at Fushimi Inari to get to the top, get to the bottom, and then connect to our trains. So it was an absolute time crunch. We ran up through all these vermilion gates, scaled this mountain, did that talking point. I think we had maybe 30 seconds to get the talking point, maybe 1.5 takes, and we were back down, got the train. Makes me tired just thinking about it.
There have been several times you've been shown in videos enjoying a bath. Which onsen in Japan are among your favorites?
As a mere case of Gunma pride would have to be the lovely baths at Kusatsu Onsen. Shibu Onsen, I really like Shibu Onsen. Also on the recent Kyushu trip that we did, Kurokawa Onsen, that was just gorgeous. The water there and the baths were just amazing.
In the golf video, you're shown to have broken par. Be honest, what is your real handicap in golf?
If I had to hazard a guess, my real golf handicap would probably be somewhere in the 60s, the 70s, but like low 70s. We'll say low 70s, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people watch JapanGuide.com videos for inspiration of where to travel. If you spent several years away from Japan and then took a vacation here, what are a few places you definitely want to try and visit?
If it was a short trip, it would have to be in the Kansai region. And that is because the Kansai region, for me, it kind of has it all. You have the bustling big cities, namely Osaka. You have Kyoto. What more needs to be said? It's one of the most breathtaking places in the country. Loads of temples, shrines, beautiful gardens. And then you have Nara on the doorstep. You have some beautiful nature for hiking and exploring. For me, it just has everything in a small area, so it's easily accessible. Kansai.
During your time here, you've obviously learned a lot about the culture. Are there any points of etiquette you wish all tourists knew when visiting Japan?
I think a good place to start that would benefit tourists would be being aware of how loud one is when taking the trains. I think that it benefits everybody if everybody is considerate and doesn't talk too loud on the trains. And I'd say that's probably my biggest advice for tourists.
As this is your last video, is there anything else you'd like to say to the viewers?
A last note to the viewers, I would just love to say thank you first and foremost for watching our videos, and I hope that you guys continue to keep watching and enjoying into the future. Keep traveling to Japan, and if you haven't done so yet, keep the dream alive. It's an incredible country, and just make the most of it. This is a beautiful place that anybody who has been here is or has been lucky enough to experience, so take care.
Finally, please read this.
Oh, wow. Nice. Thanks for watching. To learn about Japan or to watch another video, click on the links on the screen now, or head over to japanguide.com, your comprehensive, up-to-date travel guide first-hand from Japan. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell for more videos about Japan. Happy travels.